go. He's moving to the centre. There's a bit of grass patch in the middle of the centre square. Anderton first tap down. Picked up there for Belmont Lions by Carson. Can't get it clear. Stacks on the mill. Good bit of handball. Has flicked the ball out as Gurkovic now picks it up. Kick not 15 to the umpire. Good calling. It goes out wide. Harriet for Thomson. Leads in the race for the footy. Picks it up all around the body. There's Jones already on his own. Picks it up on centre wing. Hooks it back towards half forward. Not a good kick. Cashel almost made it good as he's been given a free kick for a push in the back. So Cashel for Thomson. Half forward flank. Chips it towards Urquhart. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Two Thomson players. They raffle it. It's a wonderful kick off the side of the boot. That was... Jones, was it not?
Picked up by Anderton off the ground, tries to work out of the contest now. Working over the ball, there's a number of players, finally comes out, goes towards Marnie, overruns the ball. Jerkovic with a quick kick from the centre of the ground, goes towards McLeod, who leads in front. Overruns the ball, comes through to Cashel, running onto the ball, tries to pick the ball up. Good pressure there from the Belmont Lions side. And was just outside the top of the square. Handball goes back now with Smith. Advantage has been paid, but a free kick to Cashel for holding.
No, called it a throw.
Throw, was it?
Yep.
And Aaron Cashel from about 20 metres, almost directly in front, a chance to give Thomson their second major for the afternoon. So Cashel moves in, 20 metres out, chips at the ball. Looks good off the boot, and that's gone through for another goal to the Thomson side.
Felt that the scoring should have been at the southern end. In the middle, Anderton again does well. Gets the ball to ground, picked up Coley for Thomson, out wide. Jones led in the race for the footy, but good pace there by McCormick for Belmont. He got himself in front there of Jones. Anderton worked his way to the front far too easily there. Good tap down, and Thomson
goes there in front. Horriban does well, knocks the ball to ground level, picked up there by Jerkovic. No player can take a good clean possession, as we know the ground's pretty slippery, but the ball's come out now and with Horriban again, but a free kick's been awarded to Mitchell for a push in the back. So Mitchell from Thomson goes towards centre half forward. Not a good looking kick. McLeod leads in the race, but good work there from Anderson, playing very tightly on McLeod. He scoops that ball up, probably lucky to get away with it. Maharis tackled, slung to the ground. Ball comes out now, cleared through Carson. Carson goes long, looking for Williams on a strong lead, and Harmy Williams doesn't let him down in front of Bradley. So Harmy Williams, true centre half forward position. He will be kicking right on 50, I'd imagine. And in these conditions, needing a good kick. So Belmont Lions first chance to score this afternoon. Williams comes in. Nice looking kick off the boot. Is it good enough? He's coming back. I'd say it is. It's a goal. Yes.
2 goals to 1. Thomson in front. Neither ruckman get a tap down. Highland, good pick up in the mud. Oh, gee whiz. I don't know about how much opportunity he had to get rid of the footy, but free kick paid to Marnie for the Belmont Lions side. Quickly kicked towards half forward. Ball at ground level, and Thomson there. Almost picked up there by Wright. Can't control it. Comes to Riley. Kick off the ground. Good for play in this sort of condition. Goes to Maharis. Can't pick the footy up. It's Oxton there for... the Belmont side.
Might be late inclusion.
Could be. There's a couple of players perhaps are a little different out there, as Maharis. Nice tap out to Harriet. Harriet on the left foot. Only as far there as McCartney for Belmont Lions. Back towards the centre wing, and Dowie takes the saving mark for Thomson. A good control kick has, almost found Jones. Can't control the mark. Ball comes out wide. Ball handball to... it was to Christian Highland, and he was tackled unfairly in the opinion of the umpire, who's driven into the ground. And Christian Highland just outside forward 50 for Thomson to take the kick. It's a control kick, and that's a lovely kick and a lovely lead there from Jackson McLeod. He controlled it, he left it late. There were 3 Belmont Lions players, and Dale from a forward, that was well controlled.
Yeah, no, he did pretty well there, because he worked hard to get, not the first lead because he was cut off, but he worked hard to get back in front of the contest there. So it's good work from McLeod and good use from Highland coming in.
So man on the mark is 30 metres out, near enough to directly in front. Jackson McLeod, the leading goal kicker for Thomson for this season. It's a low skimming kick. It's gone to the right and hasn't got the right boot on just yet. I think he was a bit...
In now from full back. usually, from my point, usually playing up forward, but today having a defensive role on Maharis. Tate now plays wide, comes out and finds Pickett. That's Scott. Takes the mark just inside the 50-metre arc. So Scott Pickett has time now to steady, look down the field. Marnie moves to the middle of the ground, doesn't go to him, goes straight down the line, goes over the top, but Harriet has taken a mark outside 50. Harriet to put Thomson back into attack, does so with a long kick. Obviously the target, Will McLeod again. Oh, and a nice grab in the conditions by Jackson McLeod over the top of Jimmy Anderson there. And Jackson McLeod has another shot at goal, a little bit closer in, but same side of the ground.
Yeah, but it was a beautiful kick from Tom Harriet, Dale, and that's what you've got to do. Kick as long as you possibly can.
So in comes McLeod. Kicks on goal. This time that's a much better looking kick, I think, from the umpire. And he's come back to the centre of the square. So that's a goal too.
3-1 to 1 goal. Thomson in front as umpire Fanning moves to the circle. In the air once again. Anderton, both ruckman 50-50. Horriban follows up, picks it up, can't get a kick away. At ground level, Thomson first to pick it up as immediately collared. And that's Christian Highland. Hands the ball back to the umpire, and adjacent to the centre circle, the ball's in the air again. Ruckman can't get across to get hold of the footy. Now it stacks on the mill, and umpire will do it again. There might be a lot of this today, the ball in the air, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen today. It's pretty hard to clear it.
At least the umpire's got a bit of solid ground. Oh, Anderton, lovely tap forward there to Riley. His tries to tap it forward. Belmont lines in the defensive role. The kick goes forward only as far there as Tate, who's a long way from goal. Outside at centre half back. It's a nice control kick. Found a teammate there in Smith. Smith now, oh, he's well tackled from behind by Cashel. Fantastic chase there from the Thomson player. Now he kicks it wide and found a teammate who goes on quickly. It looks like Jones to me. Goes towards Gage. Can't take the mark. And
rushed through.
A rush behind as our view was rather taken away from us there. 3-2, 20 Thomson. 1 goal, 6 Belmont Lions. Coming in the Foon Hotel. First quarter scoreboard, 11 minutes gone.
So Tate brings the ball back in quickly and finds Horriban just inside 50. He turns, goes quickly again, but not a good directed kick. And Jerkovic pops in and takes the mark. Jerkovic back into attack through Thomson. Goes towards McLeod, but Anderson does well this time. Knocks the ball to the boundary line.
A little bit sloppy, but they've got to work on that.
Ball comes back into play. Ruckman tapped the ball down, goes to Maharis. Quick kick towards the goal square. Player picked up in the hands of McLeod again, and McLeod from the top of the square has kicked his second.
Anderton and Horriban. Anderton probably tapped it away with his head. I think the ball landed on his head. Comes in with strength. Can't get the ball out. Horriban does so, but at ground level, Thomson kicked the ball off the ground. Leading in the race for the ball is Riley. Can't pick it up. Now he does. Immediately tackled. Tried to kick it. It's picked up Cashel. He tries to handball, but the boundary up. First quarter, ball thrown in. Anderton behind Horriban, who gets the tap down on that occasion. Belmont Lions working hard, but picked up by Riley.
And the ball thrown back into play now. Comes into the hand. Jerkovic tackled, able to release it to Maharis. Now looks for options. Goes to Jones. Jones on the left foot. Kicks on goal, and it's a little bit wide. Looking for, I think the umpire's told Maharis to come back a couple on the step, but he's now played kicks outside 50. That's a better looking kick. Goes forward, doesn't find the player there in Sexton, but Jerkovic over the top for over the shoulder, and Nathan Sexton is rewarded with the free kick. So Sexton from just inside the 50-metre line goes back by hand to Tate. Tate runs on now, goes towards centre wing. Good looking kick, but falls just short of the diving player in McCartney. Ball thrown in. Horriban stands his ground in front. Good work with body. Goes to Bogan by hand. Now Williams kicks off the ground. Only as far as Bradley, setting him back off Williams this time. Goes to Denneman. Now to Dowie. Dowie on the right foot. Kicks round the corner. Goes towards Cashel. Cashel doesn't pick the ball up, but knocks it to the advantage of Harriet. He goes by short over the top and finds Lanyon, who's pushed down the ground. Plays on now. Quickly into the forward line. Mitchell best suited by the kick, but a good spoil from behind. And the ball will go over the boundary line. Not quite, but Sexton chases up again, gets another bump, working hard in the back line. Tate picks the ball up, by Gage. Now cleared back by McCartney, goes back to the goal square. Dangerous handball, especially in these conditions, and it's a stacks on the mill. Umpire says, I'll throw it up.
He had a good look.
Yeah. Horrible, best advised to knock it over, but Gage does the ruck work, knocks it back, picked up there by player. Oh, it's going back to the hands of Riley. Riley shoots on goal but goes lateral across the ground. McLeod picks the ball up in the forward pocket, kicks the ball back towards the forward pocket. Coming in is it Coley. Good little 2-metre kick to Highland. Finds him, steps around the oncoming player, goes to the goal square, which is touched. And
from players are well tagged.
Yeah,
gone for the barrel. It's not a good kick. If Cashel watched the footy, it hit him fair square in the middle of the back. Handball to Gage, handball to O'Coley into the open goal. Shocking kick off the boot from O'Coley. Landed nine post here in the first quarter. 16.5 minutes gone. Gage in front. Good tap down. Riley going in front of the
game. This time changes to the other side of the ground. The clubroom side goes wide, and that's a better looking kick this time. And McCormick dives and takes a mark onto his feet quickly. Goes longer now towards centre wing. In front though is the Thomson player there in McLaren, and he takes the mark. Plays on the left foot. Not a good looking kick only as far as Horriban. Just backward of the square. Takes the mark. Goes short. Umpire says he hasn't called play on. The player came across it, and 50-metre penalty. So free kick against Highland there, or the 50 against Highland. And the free kick awarded down the ground and should take him just inside the 50-metre zone, I would think. He might be just outside, but anyway.
His fourth kick, actually.
Horriban
so
goes short, looking for Marnie, who's up forward today. Doesn't take the mark, but knocks the ball back into play. Not a bad bit of play, but to the Thompson's benefit, they jump on the ball, try to hold it up, and they've done it well. And the ball up will be taking place about 40 metres out from the Belmont Lions goal. Anderton in ruck. Nair jumps at the ball, not looking at it, and the free kick will be awarded to Anderton there.
Yeah, I think that was a fair decision.
So Anderton,
his size already, Laurie, is having an impact on the game, isn't
it? Look, I'm just a little bit concerned about Gagey at full forward, though. I don't think that's his full value there, but we'll wait and see how the game unfolds.
So the ball's gone short to Highland. Highland now off half-back, goes longer towards centre wing. Good spoil there from McCormick again, coming across the play. Ball's picked up at ground level by Jerkovic. Handball tries to find Mitchell. Mitchell picks the ball off the ground. A stumbling kick going forward, but has the effect of gaining ground. Can't be picked up there, but Jerkovic back in the hands of that player. Goes forward once again. McLeod works to the front of the pack. Gage running onto the ball. Has a handball over the top. Goes to Riley. Riley stumbles as he kicks. McLeod with a chance. Picks the ball up. Tries to kick around the corner. Good distance play towards the goal square, but doesn't bring it back far enough and goes out of bounds on the full right against the point post. Smith has the free kick. Probably lucky he's been called back there because Tate fell over. So Tim Smith will have another opportunity.
Just a little chip pass. Oh, it's a dangerous ploy in today's conditions, but it worked out. Handball came back to Smith as he follows on. Now the long kick towards centre wing. Williams is out there with Bradley wearing like a glove. Picked up at the back of the pack by Carson. Kicks it to half forward. Dowie attacks the footy strongly for Thomson. And I tell you what, he's come to play. Thrown back in. Ruckman. Anderton gets it tapped forward to Bradley. Ground level, Belmont Lions. Well, looked like a throw came out to Carson there. What's the umpire said? No, he's allowing the ball to be thrown in from the boundary line. No, in fact, he's going to ball it up very close to the boundary line. So, half forward flank for Belmont Lions. Anderton from behind. Did well. Took it and tried to handball. The back of the pack now. Belmont Lions. They need to get something forward. Jerkovic. Wonderful little handball to teammate Maharis. Goes for the footy. Attacks it and gets it. But he's immediately tackled by Tate. Ball spills out. Belmont Lions this time through Jeffrey. He gets a handball to... There's a player running in, Anderson, off the back line. That's a long kick over the centre and in good position on that occasion. Carson's had a bit of the footy early. Handball positively. Look for the handball back from Lewins. Now the long kick to full forward. That's a great mark. Under real pressure from Dowie to mark in the full forward area for Belmont Lions has been taken. Can't just pick him up. I think it's
number
Bogan.
16
Bogan.
Yep, Ash Bogan.
Bogan might have got a goal or two at Winchelsea, if my memory serves me right, early in the season when we broadcast the game there. Man on the mark's only 20 metres out directly in front, and Bogan now moves in. It was a good mark. It deserves a goal. It's a good-looking kick as the goal umpire comes back to the middle.
Ball's up. Horriban gets the knock down. Goes towards Highland. Also Pickett's in there trying to work hard at ground level. But the ball doesn't come out. And the umpire will really start it with a ball up. So just moved outside the centre square here.
Conditions suit Highland, Laurie.
Yeah, look, he's in and under, Eric. He's getting caught there, though. He can't get clear. But
out now, restarted play. Pickett again, working hard at ground level. Can't pick it up. It's done so there over on the far side, but players are diving on the ball, trying to get their body into the competition here, and it's a great contest. But umpire says, once again, I'm going to start play.
For a listener saying there was a bit like a scrum, wasn't it? It was just saw all the players and the ball slid out the back.
Umpire throws the ball up. Both ruckmen at ground level now. Still no control there, but the play comes out to Marnie. Handballs to Tate, running off half-back. Kick up and under. Goes towards half-forward. Williams in front. Can't take a mark in the hands, but gets back and does some work. Good play there from Maharis coming through from the back line. Player there is bowled over and Pickett, and I think he should be rewarded with a free kick, and is so. So Wayne Pickett from just inside, just square of the centre, goes straight across the ground, looking for McCartney at ground, picks it up. He's lying on the ground, tries to feed it through his legs, dived on there by two players from the Thomson side, and the umpire again will take possession of the ball.
Yeah, they got out of jail a bit there, Thomson. A little bit slack there on their picking up their man there, but Josh Coley just got there in time.
So Anthony thumps the ball this time. McCormick again does well at ground level, picks the ball up, kicks towards full forward. Williams with body strength knocks Bradley over, goes back and picks the ball up himself, gets another handball taken out of his hands by Bradley. Players again diving on the ball in desperation, and the umpire's going to throw it up once again. So about 6 ball ups, I think, in about 4 minutes of play.
I think Williams is not enjoying the close attention that Bradley's playing down there as the ball's thrown up again, Anderton gets a tap down. Harriet overruns the footy for Thomson. Flick back from the ground. Harvey Williams tried to kick it off the ground, and the umpire was doomed to the throw. I thought he kicked it in danger, but Bradley for Thomson in the last line of defence has the free kick. Comes to the Colac Road side of the ground. Numbers certainly with Belmont Lions out there. Can't take the mark, however, and now it's O'Coley's tried to kick it off the ground twice. Picked up by Maharis. Gets the handball. O'Coley probably does well. He recovers the situation, but the kick smothered. Now picked up by Pickett. Obviously the hero from last... In fact, it was Gallagher. There's a whistle on play, and again, it's the mark paid to Harriet. And Harriet for Thomson, out wide to centre wing. Gee, numbers out there certainly with Belmont Lions as they do it pretty easily. Ball kicked back towards centre half forward. There's a strong diving mark there by Lewins. Gee whiz, dive forward, hit him on the chest, put the arms around it, and just outside forward 50. Gee, there's a lot of space there, and look at Harriet. He's in the hole, and he's going to get the free kick, the mark unattended, as that was where Williams was going, and that's experience because he stood in the hole, put the body on the line. Williams nowhere to go. Maharis now, strong mark on centre wing. So long way from half forward. McLeod gives him a lead. The big torpedo goes forward. McLeod 2 to beat. Mark almost taken for the Belmont Lions.
Plays the ball up in front. Horriban knocks the ball forward. Plays to Mitchell. Now pick it off the ground. Gets about 5 or 10 metres. Well. Yep, good work. Anderton this time does the reverse and knocks it back into the field of play. Picked up there by Maharis. Goes towards centre half forward. McLeod going back with a flight. Smith drops the ball. Cashel handballs off to McLeod. Doesn't pick the ball up. Kicked off the ground there by Smith. Does well the second time. Gets another boot to it. But Highland picks the ball up. Goes to Mitchell. Doesn't pick the ball up. Back with Highland. Now with Salieris. Intercepts the ball. Goes to McCormick. Played well in the first quarter. Now to Tate. Tate goes towards half forward as the siren sounds. And the mark has been taken by Lewins, but no shot from there. I wouldn't think. He's about 85.
Anderton gets a tap down. Jerkovic went without it. Anderton dives on the footy. Highland dives on the footy. It's moving forward for Belmont Lions. There's almost a push in the back to Mitchell, not paid. As a ball thrown out to Dowie. He gets the ball to boot for Thomson. In front there is Riley. Tries to kick it off the ground to advantage. Can't pick it up. Now there's a whistle on play. It is I think Riley ran into him. Said he had his head down, did he not? And Tate now for Belmont Lions has the free kick. Goes wide. Good mark there from Marnie. Marnie playing a midfield role, looking for some support from behind. And, he's run a long way. That Belmont Lions player looked for a handball, got it to Jeffrey. As his handball goes to Smith. Smith now, middle of the ground, marked by McCartney. McCartney there, that's a better looking kick. Williams looks like he might be centre half forward in this quarter, going further up the ground to see if he can get into the game. Now it stacks on the mill as the whistle on play. Belmont Lion player just laying on the footy, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that was a fair decision.
So Bradley, the free kick, goes to the middle of the ground. Highland, you wouldn't know what team he was playing for. He's black. He kicks the ball long to half forward. McLeod, almost a great mark. Whirls around, hooks it goalwards. There's Gage. Great attack on the footy. The basketballer, grabbed without the footy. Play on to the umpire. Handball comes out to Marnie. He's immediately tackled by Highland. Highland at centre half forward for Thomson. The umpire had the whistle to the mouth, didn't blow it. Now he does. He said, I'll have it. So 1.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. No change to the quarter time score. Thomson 4-5 lead Belmont Lions 2 goals.
So ball thrown back up in the air. Horriban and gets the ball off the ground. Picks it up now. Goes wider. Picked up there by McCartney off half-back. Spins around. Changes direction. Goes back towards McCormick. Leading towards the ball. But unfortunately for that play.
For Thomson, kicking this quarter of the second, the southern end. Gage doing the ruck work up forward. Jerkovic went without it. Now there's a whistle on play. Player held without the football according to the umpire. Free kick Belmont Lions. And it is Marnie once again. Not too sure where to go with the footy, as I think he's been called to play on now. As he moves forward, and that's a nice pass. They're trying to play dry weather football, Belmont. I don't know whether that's going to work, as the player tackle with the footy. He goes down. Highland, great tackle there as the ball, well, I thought might have gone over the boundary line. It's now it's a handball to Horriban. Horriban for the Lions. He goes forward. Not a good kick. Carson was the lead. He can't control the footy. It's inside forward 50 for Belmont. Stacks on the mill. 35 metres out from the Belmont Lions goal. Umpire says, I'll have it. It's not going anywhere. And umpire Fanning moves in to pick up the footy as he now puts it in the air. McLaren doing the ruck work, and he's held. Umpire won't pay advantage on this occasion. There was a break in play, so it comes back to McLaren. Held on that occasion by Nay, and he's given a couple of free kicks away, Laurie, I think, in the ruck contest.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's full forwards he's go, but he's certainly playing.
Well, that's a long kick from McLaren.
Kick.
It's found Mitchell backward of centre. So Mitchell now for Thomson. Back toward the corridor. That's another nice long kick. I don't know about the north end being the scoring end, Loz. The wind seems to have helped those two kicks, although there's a nice long kick for Belmont Lions back into play. Celiaris overruns the footy.
Essentials 5-3 lead Inverleigh 3 goals 2. Geelong West 4 goals 1 lead North Geelong 2 goals 3, and Anarchy 1 goal 2 lead the East Geelong side 1 goal 1.
So some interesting scores there at quarter time.
Umpire now throws the ball back into play. Horriban with Anderton leaning over the back, but I think he's put his hand on his shoulder. No, it's going to Anderton for a Shepparton. For a Shepherd, was it?
Yeah, put his arms out.
Goes back towards the centre of the ground. Long kick. Maharis is the target. Tate works him underneath the ball, but Harris gets a hand to it. Works now at ground level. Gets a handboard going forward. Picked up there by Jones. Jones round the corner, left foot, going towards the half-back line. Working back, here's Sexton, picks the ball up, goes over the top, finds Smith by hand, not a good target this time because intercepted by Thomson, but it's been turned over. Back with the hand of Jeffrey now, goes wide and finds McCormick off half-back. McCormick gets around the player coming at him, kicks long now, another good kick, this time looking for Nair. Can't pick the ball up. McLaren works hard, picks it up now. Lanyon tries to feed the ball along the ground, gets a handball to Jerkovic. Taken off the ball as he's trying to get rid of it. Slung to the ground was McCartney. Picked up this time, or kicked off the ground further for the Belmont Lions side now in the hands of Williams. Williams, it goes on the left, goes back now to Marnie. Marnie kicks around the corner. Salieris runs into it. Can't be picked, takes a mark. Harriet to pick it. Now in the hands of Carson. Screws round the corner, and that is a goal to number
goal.
17 in Tom Carson.
He hasn't got any kicks.
Well, from the middle, the ball was taken by Anderton, turned quickly, kicks inside forward 50, Riley. Didn't pick the ball up as his opponent got underneath him. There's a throw. Not so, said the umpire. Highland picked it up. Tackle high. Play on, said the umpires. Riley tries to pick it up. Thomson trying to get in and under. They're trying to make the play, certainly, as the ball... There's... well, Coley's thrown out after he handballed the ball away, and a clear free kick from here. The umpire agreed with us, and Joshua Coley just inside forward 50. I wouldn't think any chance of getting the distance from there.
No, not at all, Eric. He's got a bit of the foot. He's had 5 kicks, but he's had probably 4 effective ones, I reckon.
So Coley now, he moves in. Gee, I tell you what, he's made fair contact with that. By the same token, almost a mark to Gage. If he put 2 hands up, he might have got it picked up by Jones. Hooked around the body. Mitchell goes for the mark in the goal square. Handball, well, wasn't to advantage, and Belmont Lions have got the chance now. They've got a free kick as well. As
Smith, is it?
No, it's Looks like Horriban, the ruckman down there. He's kicked it back to the centre wing, certainly, as no, in fact, Horriban was in the contest there, and he's got the free kick because he was in front. So a free kick against Anderton on that occasion. Now looking for somewhere to go positive. Decides to go along the wing from behind. Good tap there by Lanyon to Jerkovic. Jerkovic, he's tackled. Bradley, the wet weather game, just kicked it off the ground. Goes forward to Highland, back to Mitchell by hand. He kicks it long, inside 50. Cashel bumped off too easily. Nick Maharis can't pick the footy up. Tate's wearing him like a glove. That's a great contest there as numbers for Belmont take the ball back to centre wing. And there's a great intercepting mark. And it looks like Jones to me. They're a long way away and it's not getting any brighter. There's Jones now. Long kick into the half-forward area. Tate drops the mark. He should have perhaps taken. Maharis now. Well, ran himself into trouble, then tackled the player without the footy, and he just can't get into the game, Nick Maharis, Laurie.
Yeah, well, he's had, what's he had? He's had 4 kicks and 4 handballs, but Tate's wearing him like a glove. It might be a good idea to move away and see if Tate will go with him, stretch him a bit.
So 9 minutes gone, second quarter. Thomson 29, play Belmont Lions 18.
So McCormick off centre wing, goes towards Williams, who's leading up towards the half-forward line, goes over the top, goes back to Tate by hand, now back with Williams to hand. Breaks away. Oh, good pressure from there by Thomson, but yet it kicks on the ball, goes forward. Lewin's in front, over the back of the pack, comes to Carson. Now with Dowie, kicks the ball off the ground. Needs some forward pressure there from the Belmont Lions side. So the race is on for the ball. Anderton and Horriban do the work, but Dowie still working hard. Anderton over the top, reaches down, but Salieris reads it better, comes down forward. Lewins puts his head over the ball and earns a free kick. So good work there from Belmont Lions player and Lewins. So Lewins from inside the 50 metres will shoot from right on 50. Probably just a bit too far out in the conditions. Looked for options. Williams leads. Now Carson leads. Going to go long to the goal square. Williams is best suited. Pops himself in front, but Denneman sees the ball through his hands. Goes to the boundary line. McLaren slides underneath. Carson. Ruck work done there by Marnie, I think it was. Gets the ball down, picked up, goes to Williams. Williams kicks smothered, goes backwards. Denneman taps the ball forward now with Carson. A big kick round the corner in front of the club rooms. He likes it. Umpire likes it. It's a goal. So Tom Carson, another goal. That's his second for the afternoon, and 4 goals straight now. The Belmont Lions 24. They trail Thomson 4 goals 5-29, and we've ticked over 11 minutes gone. Second quarter.
Centre. So Anderton, shocking mistake. Kicked in the man on the mark. You can't afford to do that when you get a free kick in the mud. Mark dropped there by Landon. Kicked off the ground. Who kicked that?
That's an own goal.
Bradley.
Oh.
Looking to go straight down the ground, but now changes and goes wide. Leading up the ground is Lanyon, and he takes the mark just outside 50. Plays on now, goes towards centre wing. Not a good looking kick, heading in the direction of Bradley. He overruns the ball now with Maharis. He can't pick the ball up. Bundled out of the way by Williams, and a free kick
got him in
to
the back.
Maharis. So it is. He's pointed the wrong way, actually, I think, the umpire. So I don't think the players know where it's going either. This time we're right, now we're right. Maharis was right. The free kick, he just pointed the wrong way. So Nick Maharis, true centre wing, has the ball now, goes with the torpedo, not a good looking kick, gets 20 or 30 metres, but the mark's been taken by Highland, who goes on quickly, goes straight across the ground, looking for a Coley, picked up there by the player in Anderson, gets a handball loose, but Jerkovic gets onto the ball, now back to Harriet. Harriet from the centre of the ground, kicks towards half forward, but only as far as Smith, and Smith now plays on, goes backwards, finds Tate on his knees, picks up now, goes wide, and McCormick once again, player finding plenty of space, goes to the centre wing, kicks forward, looking for Pickett, shoves his player out of the road, does well, now towards the goal square with the kick, Denneman in front, doesn't take clean possession. McCarson's comes in. Can he do something reckless here from the goals from the forward pocket? Taps it through his legs. Good play. Picked up by the Patton on the ground, and Patton kicks the goal. He's only been on the ground about 2 minutes, but young Patton.
Too interested.
Anderton has rucked the whole day against Horriban. Gets a second attempt. Tries to kick the ball out of the mud patch. Gee, it's difficult in there as Anderton again puts a big tackle on there. Does really well. Dean on the ground for Thomson. Out towards Harriet. Harriet now. Kick off the ground toward the boundary. Outer side. It doesn't quite. Yes, it on the wing. Anderton again. Gets the tap down. His strength is very prominent here as the player laying on the footy, and well, he couldn't go anywhere, and it's a big man. He was laying on top of him. So the ball was never going to come out, but it is holding the ball, and they've been consistent with it all day. If you make no attempt to get it out, you get a free kick against you, and hand it now into the forward line. Mark not taken there for Thomson. Picked up at ground level, comes out to McLeod. Off a step, he goes goalwards. And, he doesn't kick the goal. Gage dropped the chest mark almost in the goal square. Ball comes back as the Belmont Lions now concede over behind.
Has options wide, comes long, looking for, trying to find Pickett, but goes over his head. Works now at ground level, picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell slung to the ground, picked up by Jerkovic. Little stab kick towards it, I think. But the ball's thrown back into play, picked up this time. And it's Okoli who's trying to weave his magic through the centre contest, able to get a kick forward, only as far as Sexton, who takes the mark across half back. No, it wasn't. It was Berry, I should say. Berry now goes wide to McCormick. Again, found space for himself. Good chase there from Cashel. Goes to Williams, picks the ball up. Looks for the support coming past, but only as far as Gage, I think it is, working up the ground this time. Cashel's back in there with a tackle. Picked up for Belmont Lions. Hands back to Smith. Smith goes backwards with another handball. They're sharing it around a fair bit, but not going too far. But Smith finally gets the ball once again. Goes to Tate, put him under pressure. Good tackle there from the Thomson side, and they've turned the ball over. Play on's called. Advantage goes to Riley. Riley pushes forward, goes towards McLeod in front and takes the mark. So McLeod outside 50 will have a long shot on goal, and will need every bit of his best, I think, here to kick this goal from that range in these conditions. So Jax McLeod will look for some options coming up the ground. Has Harriet still working by himself. Going to go for himself, he says now. Goes long towards goal. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. It's going to make the square. Gage up with one hand once again. Can't take the ball down. At ground level, players jumping the ball. No action to get the ball out, but it's finally come out. Goes to Riley. Riley slung as he kicked. Back to the top of the goal square, and McLeod's taking the mark. Called to play on. No distance there. Hands with Solaris. Back to Smith. Smith clears towards the half-back line. Out towards McCormick once again. But again, half forward. Thompson attacks. Thrown back in. Anderton gets 1-2. Knocks forward. Comes out. McCartney, I think, leads in the race for the ball. Overruns it. Picked up there, or tries to be picked up. Knocked forward now by Maharis. To the forward line. Harriet can't pick the ball up. Pressure there from Sexton. Berry it is again, who slings him as he kicks. It goes across the front of goal for a behind, and Tom Harriet has that score. His first score for the afternoon. Thomson now 7 Thomson, and we have ticked over 19 minutes gone. Second quarter, Exhaust Brothers scoreboard.
So Tate now has done the kicking in all day for Belmont Lions. Lovely control kick. Finds Pickett on half-back flank. That's Wayne. Obviously the match winner last week, kicked the goal after the siren, but half-back flank looks for brother Scott. He can't pick the ball up. He keeps it in play. I would have thought out of bounds might be a better option. Picked up by Mitchell, hooked it back around the body, looking for Maharis, finds him. He gets slung as he kicks the footy. Gee, it's pretty hot in there as the players are working hard, putting their bodies on the line to try to get the footy up. Not going anywhere, so the umpire said, I'll have it. It's half-forward flank for Thomson on the Colac Road side of the ground. There's a change there for Thomson. Ball in the air. Anderton doesn't get that time. Pickett. He goes toward Dean. Oh, ball thrown out. Oh, the umpire did see it.
Play on.
Well, that was interesting because it was Belmont Lions player threw the ball out. They got the free kick. Oh, good attack on the footy. There's slung there. Bogan can't get clear. Picked up there for the Belmont side to Scott Pickett on the left foot towards half forward. Peacock picks it up. Doesn't know where to go. Oh, gee whiz, Lanyon under a bit of pressure there, but gets Riley eventually. Goes back towards the middle. Horriban, geez, a bit more active than the big fellow in Anderton, but a great mark in defence there by Coley. Took the chest mark. Decides to go long. There's the lead come from McLeod. Geez, handling the wet ball extremely well. Takes the mark low down. Kicks it back into the corridor. Lovely control kick. Finds Mitchell. That true centre half forward there, Mitchell. Where can he go? Goes short. He's looking
Beautiful
for, and
kick.
he found Cashel. And the Belmont player hurt himself going in that mark. I'm not too sure who that is. I think he's hurt his shoulder, and he was just... Is it
Chuck Berry?
It is Berry. But the mark taken by Cashel.
He's not very good.
Now that... the umpire. Yeah, that's tough because
Harriet would have kicked it, I think.
I think so. And Cashel, he's still. What do you move? 6 inches. Isn't it incredible? Now Cashel going to have a shot. Terrible kick off the boot. It's, well, the mark's taken between the goal and behind post by Gage, and that's a much better mark.
This is his first kick for the day.
How can be interesting to see how the basketballer handles. It's the impossible shot. I guess anyone who's played a bit of footy would have a go at the check side, wouldn't he?
I reckon you've got a left footer.
No.
You can't kick a left footer, though.
Oh,
that's a
terrible effort there from Riley. It was, yeah, off a step. Had more time than he knew. It is a behind, and that behind gives Thomson the lead. 4:8:32. Belmont Lions 5:1:30.
Once again, goes short, comes straight up the ground this time, and we'll find Anderson just short of centre half back. But Belmont Lions maintain control. So Anderson now kicks long, goes in towards the centre. And there's McCormick again, interfered when he went for the ball, comes through. Williams is able to run onto the ball. Now goes back by hander, Scott Pickett. Pickett goes by hander, Smith. They're overusing the ball, I think, in these conditions, but it comes to Jeffrey now. Jeffrey running through the centre, looking for Patton, who's just back on the ground. Can he do it? 2 minutes, 2 goals. That could be a great start, but no, can't pick the ball up. Jerkovic now has the ball, looks for options, goes wide, heads for the boundary line, almost deliberate. No, throws the ball back in, goes forward. Horriban does well, gets it down at ground level. I think it's McCormick working hard underneath the pack there and tackled by a number of players, and that is the umpire the winner on this occasion. So about to start play once again.
So ball out, thrown up, Anderton gets a secondary tap, goes toward the boundary, picked up by Wright for Thomson, tapped forward by Maharis, big punch, attacking the footy was the Belmont Lions player, Williams, he's immediately tackled, ball spills clear, gee, it must be like a cake of soap. There's Marnie thrown off the footy, there's Highland.
Free kick to Luke Marnie, I think.
Free kick has gone to Marnie, held too long in the tackle, I suspect. Decides to play on now. Kicked, wasn't too sure where he's going to go as the siren sounds. Ooh. And Carson, unfortunately, did take the mark, but the siren had sounded, the umpire had signified it is half-time in our GDFL match of the day, and we've got the close one. Belmont Lions at half-time, 5:1:31. They trail Thomson. 4:8:32 in the ruck. Gage gets a tap down. He must have there's some discussion about his footwork. There's a player thrown out of the contest without the footy. It's Christian Highland, and he has the free kick in the middle of the ground here in the mud patch. Goes straight down the centre corridor. Good looking kick. Cashel can't well. He dives back on the footy. Does really well at ground level. The ball is at centre half forward for Thomson. Picked up by Jerkovic. To Mitchell, a little dinky pass, certainly not 15 metres. You've got to get it further down the ground than that. As Marnie it was for Belmont Lions, who was swung as he kicked the footy instead of going. This game's a footy, and I think today will be no exception. Belmont Lions with numbers at the back of the footy, slung away there. As the ball comes, there's a dangerous kick across the goal from Tate, but he's found the mark, and good mark it was to Jeffrey. And at the 1 minute mark of the third quarter, no change to the half-time score. Thomson lead by a point.
Jeffrey goes short towards half-back. Can't be picked up there by Marnie, but Jerkovic gets a quick kick forward, picked up by Riley. As he slung it, goes towards the goals. It goes across the front. So a kick in to be done by Tate. Comes out wide, goes towards half-back. In front, just on the ground, is Grigg, and Grigg takes the mark. So Grigg from just inside the 50-metre zone, swings around, goes back towards the goal square. Oh. Someone said something there. I think there's going to be 50 metres, so he should be right on the line, I would think.
Horriban went across the mark. I think that was what the umpire was saying. He called him out, and he didn't move. So I tell you what.
So if it's a true 50, it should be right on the goal line. That's where he's going. So Daniel Grigg, I think, is going to come in from point-blank range and shoot on goal, and that's straight back over the umpire's head. First score of the third.
Left foot goes towards half forward. Cashel almost the mark. He's knocked it forward, gets tackled, gets a handball forward to nobody, and in defence it is Belmont Lions clear the footy. Oh, it's out of bounds on the full. It's right in front of us. It's about an inch over the line, and the ensuing free kick will go to Christian Highland. There's the lead, comes from Riley. That's honoured by Highland with a lovely kick, and just inside forward 50. Riley now goes goalwards. It's a long kick towards the goal square. In front there's Mitchell, immediately tackled as he picked it up. Coming out was Tate. He was tackled high. Comes out to Gage, got rid of it like a hot potato. It's back at the head of the goal square, and there it picked up by Berry for the Belmont Lions. Belmont Lions.
So Horriban, the only one the ruck goes for it, doesn't come behind now. Picked up by Gage, goes to Gashel. By foot now, it's picked up by Marnie. Goes backward, this time only as far as Highland. Goes over the top and round the corner, and it falls in the arms of McCartney, just in front of the 2 metre square. His kick is smothered, but he goes back, kicks it off the ground. Jerkovic, best placed on the left foot, goes back towards the goals, but across the face once again, back into play. Horriban in ruck, Gage from behind, nudges him underneath the ball, picked up this time by Gage, goes back to Mitchell by hand, kick quick round the corner, taken there by McCartney, doesn't get a good kick on goal, touches it, kicked off the ground there behind. So they move along now with Tate kicking out, goes towards Williams, gets the first hand on the ball, picked up now by Bogan at the front of the pack, good work front and square, goes towards centre wing. Harriet works across, in presence there with Pickett, can't dive in the ball, both players get it out now. Marnie coming the other way, picks it off the ground, gets another 20 metres down the ground. William leads in the chase for the ball, again Soccer's the order of the day, only as far as Dowie, now at ground level, picked up by and released there by Lanyon I think it was, but still working hard as Marnie working down with the flow of the ball, gets towards half forward, ball now in the hands of Highland who's back, wins support.
Forward flank for Belmont Lions, kicking to the southern end in this third quarter. The ball's pushed back towards the boundary from the starting to lay around the ground. It's been very heavy. Has the tap down from Horriban, overrunning the football there. In fact, Sally Harris lays a tackle. Umpires, well, given every opportunity, and it goes toward the a couple of metres closer to the goal for the Belmont Lions. Gage missed the ball, comes to the back of the pack, picked up there by Belmont
front,
Lions,
that's where you've got to be.
In front, that looks like Sexton to me. He's taken the chest mark ahead there of Rod Peacock. He's on a fairly acute angle. He's gone back a long, long way. And I would imagine training nights, they'd be kicking plenty of goals from these sort of angles. So the opportunity here for Belmont Lions.
Don't train too many nights like this, there, it's trouble.
Good point.
Should kick this, though.
So now it's Sexton moves in. I think he's
missed it.
Missed to the right-hand side of the tall timber.
It's in a day like today, and that's probably when they got away from the Lions then.
So Harriet, full back, does the kicking in now, goes wide, back towards the clubroom side of the ground. Ball comes over the top of the pack, and Williams from the back goes forward once again, kicks around the corner, finds McCormick inside 50, half forward flank, but deep on the boundary line. So McCormick with the ball in his hand now goes back by hand to Williams. He's going to be looking to drive the ball in long. Again, left foot short. Sally Harris coming towards the ball, plays on quickly now and goes quickly towards the top of the square. And the mark again by Sexton. This time about 30 metres out, but directly in front. So Nathan Sexton, big opportunity here for the Belmont Lions side to kick this goal.
Laurie, it's a bold move from Belmont, like they're playing possession footy and taking the chance on the wet conditions.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, he was in front then. It was a relatively easy mark, actually, for these conditions. Should kick this.
So Sexton walks in, gets to 40, shoots on goal. Kick across the front of the goal again, and that's another miss to the Belmont from full back. This time stays the same way, goes wide, point of the square, mark taken by Marnie, kicks the ball round the corner looking for Williams. Sally Harris, I think, dives for the ball. Been called play on now by the umpire. Williams on the left foot again, goes round the corner, but only as far as
right, I think.
Yes, it is right. And he's been given a 50-metre penalty because the player in McCormick's gone or held on to him for a bit too long. So 50-metre penalty brings him back towards the centre wing position. Waiting for umpire Fanning to get to the contest here. I don't think he knows or who knows, but he's going to be asked to go back now and take his kick. Does so. Comes across the ground. Not a good-looking kick. Looking for Dowie. Dowie's going to be put under pressure there. Good work from Lewins. Dives on the ball. Support from Berry. Now with the player there in...
He's pulled it in, I reckon.
Player's been called to play on. And that was Peacock who was diving on the ball and called to play on. So now another 50-metre penalty for not returning the ball properly. So Berry will go back inside to have a shot on goal. So from probably 30 to 40 metres out, Jason Berry with an opportunity again for the Belmont Lions side.
Got to capitalise on this shot, though.
It's a fairly good 50-metre penalty he's given there. I reckon it's the best one for the day. He's right in the goal square. So Jason Berry directly in front of goal. 10 minutes gone, third quarter. A chance now to bring the game back even closer. Chips at the ball, but that's a great kick. That's all he has to do.
As we've got Nair doing the ruck work now against Gage, both the very athletic players, as the ball goes forward for Thomson. Not going too far at the moment. Umpire was giving players every opportunity. Now he said, look, it's not coming out. Blown the whistle, and we'll have a ball up forward of the centre circles here for Thomson. As the ball now in the air once again. Gage, good tap forward there for Thomson, but ends up in the arms of Riley. He drops the footy. Now it's players still trying to get the ball clear. Again, umpire McMaster will blow the whistle. And 12 minutes gone, Dale. A point the difference still, Thomson. See if you can clear the ruck.
So ball thrown up, true centre half forward position. Gage knocks it forwards only as far as Jones. Now back to Gage. Gage from centre half forward, kicks on goal, has gone over the top, through for a major. So Daniel Gage kicks his first goal for the afternoon. Goes over the top. Gage maybe just winning it, comes down, goes towards Highland, tackled by Williams, working hard at ground levels, back with Highland, picks the ball up now, is a player in McCormick, now with Jerkovic, gets a 2 metre kick on the ground, Harriet picks it up, slung, Maharis picks the ball up, goes wider, looking towards Gage and Christian Jeffrey, but Jeffrey does well. Jerkovic in their support, goes backwards, finds Lanyon. Pressure from the Belmont line side. Umpire says a free kick because the ball had come out in the tackle and he was held on to. So Lanyon now from centre wing kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Target will be, I think, Cashel, but going back in defence is Harmy Williams, and Williams takes the mark. Now goes and plays on, runs wide, kicks in the left foot, goes wider, looking for the player in Guinan out in the through centre wing. Spins around, gets a handball, not an effective one. Riley working hard, slides in, takes the ball across the boundary.
Ball in, Gage missed it as the ball comes to the back of the pack. Players trying to keep the ball moving as, well, end up back in the pack, but it's picked up there by Nair. Over to
Scott Pickett, I think it was.
Scotty Pickett it is, yes, as he tries desperately to keep the ball moving forward. Can't do so. Gage, nice handball to Lanyon. Lanyon now on the right foot towards half forward. Players not able to mark the footy. It's Tate flicks it out. It's picked up there by Guinan, and the mark taken on centre wing by Lanyon again towards the centre half forward position. Bercoli overruns the footy. Diving in underneath there for Thomson was, in fact, I can't pick him up. His jumper's been ripped over his head. It's Nick Maharis. And he's working very, very hard, Nick, and trying to get himself back into the game. It's the ball at centre half forward here for Thomson. Nair went alone in the ruck there. Comes down for the East Belmont, the Belmont Lions to Tate. He finds Tate.
4 goals before this quarter runs out.
Well, they're 7 points in front at the moment from the throw-in. Gage takes the footy. Marnie dives on the footy, can't get it clear. Maharis gets it out. Gage does well, dives on the footy, then gets a handball away. Perhaps a bit unfortunate not to get a free kick for a tap around the head. Tate got him high. Forward 50 for Thomson. Thrown in. Both ruckmen try to get a tap on the ball. Lovely throw out there from Gage. Another tap forward there to Greg. Thomson trying to work the ball forward. Stacks on the mill on the 50-metre arc. And the umpire puts the whistle to the mouth again. 16 minutes gone, Dale. You cleared the last one. 7 points of difference, Thomson in front.
So umpire again throws the ball in the air, up down by Williams, goes only as far as Jerkovic. Jerkovic now to Jones, I think it was, gets a quick kick round the corner, called the play on because it didn't travel a distance, and Marnie pecks the ball, but it comes out in the tackle and then it's thrown to the ground. And the free kick goes to Marnie. So Marnie now goes out wide and will find Jeffrey. Jeffrey goes over the top, goes to Gallagher. Got it right this time, Spider. Goes back to Jeffrey. Over the top this time again. Lewins ducks his head. Tackled well there. But able to kick the ball forward only as far as Bradley, I think it is, that picks the ball up. Spins around, kick off the side of the boot to the centre of the ground. Favoured McCartney, couldn't take the mark. Now picked up there by Anderson. Anderson slung off the kick. Looks in the chase here with Berry. Jones. Jones does well. Kicks it off the ground. Will do so again. Oh, good work there from Guinan coming the other way. Stops the ball going forward. Now back with Marnie. Looking for support. Back to Guinan. Guinan back to Marnie. Will need to get the ball forward. Able to do so now with a quick kick round the corner. Only as far as Gage this time on centre wing. Tackle there from Williams. A good strong tackle from Chase. And the reward for his tackle will be done. Oh, there's a turnover here.
Yeah, Williams threw the arm back.
And the Gage now with the resulting free kick will be able to put Thomson back into attack. So all the good work undone there by Williams. Goes now to Gage. Gage back towards half forward. Not a good directed kick, but Berry takes the mark, plays on. Smothered a kick there by Highland. Back with Marnie, doing well on the ball. Knocked out of his hand by Jones. Comes back. Marnie working hard at ground level. Players dive on the ball. Comes out the back. Finally ends up with Tate. Tate spins out, goes round the corner. Back towards centre wing. Coming over the top. Neg able to get the ball to ground, but infringes on Harriet with his eyes on the ball. So Tom Harriet again through centre wing. Looks to bring Thomson back into attack. No leads, no movement up forward, so we'll drive the ball long. Drop punt towards half forward. Maharis in front. Tate takes the ball, can't win it. Jerkovic running well, picked up by Berry.
In front, Gage gets the tap down from the throw-in. Riley, little toe poke forward, picks it up, hooks it around the body towards full forward. Coley can't pick the footy up. It's in the almost in the goal square for Thomson, but the Belmont Lions working really hard in defence. Jones picks it up. He's tackled immediately, not going anywhere, and 20 metres out from the Thomson goal at the 18.5-minute mark. Umpire McMaster will put the ball in the air once again. Big pack of players around the footy, and that pole will have to move as the ball comes to ground. Picked up by McLeod, gets a handball clear. Jerkovic over to Highland. Highland now off a step, goes towards the full forward position in front of Cole. He can't take the mark. Oh, that's incredible. McLeod tried to kick it off the ground, was taken by Cole. Now it's come out. Tate not paid the mark, not 15. Good call from the umpire as the Belmont Lions now. The time's through Pickett. Get the ball to centre wing. Oh, Dowie grabs the footy. He's grabbed immediately. No prior opportunity, said the umpire. And close to centre wing, the umpire will put the ball in the air once again. 19.5 minutes gone. 7 minutes to the point. 7 points the difference. Thomson.
Gage does the ruck work, knocks the ball down, picked up by Gallagher at ground level. Now it's back with the Thomson players. They're trying to work the ball forward. They inch it that way. Now it's back to just in between the half forward and full forward, but Tate does well. Picks up at ground level. Handball to McCartney. Can't get a good kick on there, which is doing a great job. Horriban up by himself, knocks the ball forward, comes back this time, back with Horriban again. Does well at ground level, but only handballs to his opponent in Gage. Gage drives the ball towards the forward pocket. Gone and coming out from the forward pocket. Does well and holds the ball up with a tackle there from the the Thomson player in O'Coley. So umpire throws the ball up. Horriban back in ruck. Gage from behind knocks the ball forward. Maharis runs onto it, kicks off the ground. Through from behind. Yes, it is. It's gone through from behind. So Nick Maharis, line 6 goals, 3. We've travelled 20 minutes. Third quarter to Granny Cycle scoreboard.
Oh, what a shocking mistake on the ground. And that's a bad mistake because the free kick now is with Nick Maharis. I would think with the weight of the football, it's slippery, might not make the distance.
Yeah,
but the
very
coach,
wet there as well.
The coach will be trying desperately as Maharis now moves in. He makes reasonable contact. It's going to be in the goal square at ground level. Thomson with numbers. Can't pick the footy up. Though. Finally gets it up. As well, very hard to identify players. Was flicked back into play. Both ruckmen tapped the ball forward. Now it's thrown toward the boundary as players throwing themselves with great endeavour. And there's a whistle on play. The free kick has gone to Thomson. Jerkovic was the man in and under, and he's been rewarded with the free kick. Now decides to run on. Oh, umpire hadn't blown time. Didn't go through for a goal anyway, so Jerkovic now.
We can start it again, but it gives it time to pick up their players, doesn't it?
That's true. Yes, it's pretty congested back there now. In fact, there's only 4 players as Jerkovic will try to do it again. Moves in. That's not as good a kick as last time. It's the same result. It is a behind. They lead Belmont Lions 6-3, 39 to Grandy Cycle. Third quarter scoreboard, almost 23 minutes gone.
Let's hope Tate doesn't do a...
No, there's a free kick been paid at that's in a...
Going to go to Josh Coley, by look at.
No, then what is happening?
I don't know who's got the free kick.
Well,
Going back, Nick Maharis is going to have the free kick, I think.
No. I'm totally confused.
Has it been a free kick or not? No. All right, we're back with Tate in the goal square again now, so I don't know whether he's kicking it out or we've got a free kick.
We're all confused.
So Tate now from full back kicks out. As a siren sounds to end the quarter. So that's no, I think that was a bit comical, that actually.
I don't know what happened.
What happened there. It was a waste of good, valuable time, actually.
Well, the position is, it is three-quarter time in our GDFL match of the day, and at three-quarter time, Thomson, 6 goals, 12-48, lead Belmont Lions, 6-3, Thomson side. Doesn't clear the mud as Marnie tries to pick it up. There's Harriet, got a high tackle there as he tried to pick the footy up, tackle high over the shoulder. He's got a face full of mud as well. And Tom Harriet in the centre mud patch, which is getting progressively worse the more the rain comes on it, as Harriet now will kick the ball forward for Thomson. Low into the breeze. It's well thrown out there as was a Thomson throw. As who was that? Marnie tried to bounce the football. Goodness me, as Dowie tried to take them on.
Good tackle.
It was a fantastic tackle. And one thing about Belmont Lions today, Laurie, their tackling has been brilliant.
Yeah, they have. It's been excellent.
So a minute gone, third quarter, as they bring the ball back across the centre mud patch, Belmont Lions.
Harmy Williams has the ball, kicked, doesn't go too far, back with Highland and Gallagher working both at ground level. Umpire once again says, I'll start play.
Yeah, that short pass across the ground, though, it's just not on, and it couldn't reach its target, hit the ground, and we've got a ball up again.
Yeah, I don't think you can pinpoint too many pinpoint passes in this conditions, but anyway, Horriban and Gage go at the ruck, ball's knocked down, goes towards half forward, picked up there by Jones, goes round the corner. Looking for anyone in particular, but Coley leads in the race for the ball. Can't pick the ball up. Good pressure from Lewins from behind. Contest. Horriban does well. Anderton gets the ball down to the front of the pack. Picked up there by Highland. Spun around. Finally gets his handball out. The kick off the ground by Lewins, I think it was, doesn't go very far, but he's picked up and goes back towards Anderton now. Big fella's working hard. Picks the ball up at centre half forward. Quick hands. Goes to Riley. Riley out wide and will find... I think it's Grigg, yes it is. Long jumper, nice and clean. So Grigg from just inside the 50 metres arc has a chance to kick a score here, but it'll need every bit as good as he can give. Comes in, approaches from 50. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. We'll get to the top of the square. In front, Mark not taken. Comes down to Jeffrey. Can't pick the ball up but knocked forward. Goes back to Anderton again. Anderton off the right foot. Shoots on goal but goes out of bounds on
6-3 to 6-12. So the ball now has been cleared for the Belmont Lions. It's going across the ground, and the mark not taken there. At the back of the pack, it is Sexton again. Thomson player made the ball his object. Unfortunately, he fell over as Williams now back into centre half forward. Mark dropped by Pickett. Harriet is there. Dowie's pushed in the back. Play on, said the umpire. Ball underneath. The umpire says, I'll have it. No opportunity. So maybe a little fortunate there. Thomson, as Brett Dowie hands the ball back to the umpire. Big pack of players around the ball. Ball comes to ground. Oh, there's a high tackle on Pickett, not paid. Now they're appealing for holding the ball.
I think he's battling to get one there, Eric, somehow or other.
So I thought pretty high tackle in the first place, but got away with it as Gage didn't contest there as the ball tapped down for Belmont Lions. Kicked along the ground. Highland now kicks it further forward for Thomson. Ball thrown up, I would have thought, but play on, said the umpire. They're giving a little bit of latitude because of the wet day, as the ball now picked up by Coley towards half forward for Thomson. Oh, great work in defence for the Belmont Lions as the ball comes back towards centre wing. Ball players trying to pick it up. They're getting dispossessed, and as it's picked up by Dowie, tackled high right in front of the umpire, and goodness me, it was a clear free kick but not paid, and perhaps they put the whistle away in the last quarter.
I don't know, he might have been just a little bit wrong-sided there. It was obviously around the neck. And
4.5 minutes gone last quarter, no score in the quarter as yet. Thomson 9 points in front.
Gage and Horriban again do the ruck work, comes down to Riley at ground level, dives on the ball, got to be lucky there, comes out, McCormick picks the ball up, but doesn't get a kick away, this time with Jerkovic, comes out of the pack, goes to Dowie, good smurrow by Horriban, back to McCormick, goes forward, pressure to half forward, done work by Ash Bogan, chance to pick it up at Jerkovic, working hard, it's going to be a free kick to Bogan for a push in the back. It was a good solid chase from the boy, but unfortunately carried forward with momentum.
Yeah, it was a
it's
bit
taking the wind out of the sails too, I think. So Bogan not travelling too well there.
interesting, interesting. As Williams was nowhere near it, and
okay, go ahead. Yep.
Interesting. Harvey Williams is.
He nearly got away with it.
Well, he's endeavouring to get the kick. The player who has got
is not listening.
The trailing umpire has been of some assistance there.
Yep. Delayed button, Eric. Once the delayed button pushed.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
So the ball now is.
So we're back here with player in Sexton. He goes back a long way for these wet conditions. He's going to have a good run up on the way in. Comes in now. Will shoot from 35 metres out. Kicks on the way. Cross to the near side. And unfortunately, that's Sexton's third behind the after. Harriet does so now. Goes wide. Looking for and finding Lanyon deep outside the 50 metre zone. Lanyon runs around now, asked to play on by the umpire. Goes back towards the centre of the ground. Jerkovic takes the mark. Goes back, has players running past, but common sense football. Now kicks the ball long, goes towards half forward, running with the flight of the ball. Mark has been taken there by Gage, and that's a good bit of work. So Daniel Gage, bit more of the ball in this last quarter and a half. Sees it now, goes towards centre half back. Ball hits the ground. Smith tries to kick it off the ground. Picked up there by Jones. Goes by hand to Riley. Back now with the McCartney. I think it is off half back. Gets the handball out. Goes towards McCormick. Has time to pick the ball up. Needs to get the ball forward. Pickett's by himself. Can't do so, but goes backwards. Finds that player now, and Pickett takes it on centre wing. Plays on. Kicks on the left foot. Not a long kick, but gains 30 metres on the ground there. Can't take the ball. Gallagher it is working at ground level. Does well. Gets it to Marnie it is. Can't take the ball cleanly. Picked off the ground by Dean. Jerkovic, Gallagher, both work at ground level. Players diving the ball. Umpires letting things go, which is good. Not holding him up at this stage. Now he will. And he says it's a ball up. So just in attacking side of the ground for the Belmont Lions side.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm sitting there and not out there. I can give you the drum. It's pretty hard going there now.
Horriban with Gage. I think Horriban gets a little tap, goes to Salieris now with Pickett. Can't get any touch on the ball. Ball's still underneath players, still working at ground level. All players working hard at ground, but they can't get the ball out. And it's going to go back to the umpire once again. So not much movement in there, Eric. But we're working hard. Players must be getting tired. Skill level has dropped off a little bit, but conditions don't allow for anything better. Umpire throws the ball up, not forward this time. Comes down, goes to McCormick, tries a one-handed pick-up, can't pick the ball up. Now with Patton coming from defence, still can't pick the ball up. Now it's with Pickett again. He tries to get through the
Colac roadside. Comes down to right for Thomson. Off a step, gets the ball to Anderton. Turns around on the left foot, just gets the boot to footy, goes towards centre half forward. McLeod dives in after the footy. He dives in again as the players all diving in, very, very intent on trying to get the footy moving. And now the umpire has picked one from underneath the pack there. It's gone to
Williams, isn't it?
Williams then took the handball. He accepts the handball back again as he runs on, trying to lift his side. The wide handball goes out. Now Belmont go forward towards centre wing. It's Gallagher there, can't take the mark. The ball comes to ground. Thomson get the handball to Harriet. Another handball to Jerkovic. They're moving the ball quickly now as Jerkovic now the long kick into the full forward area. Mark dropped down there by... Gee, they're hard to pick up at centre half forward. A lot of players around the footy. It's a punch forward, a kick forward there by, that was Greg, but it's Williams. Takes the ball out wide to Marnie for Belmont Lions. Can't control the footy. And off
forward line, Thomson into attack, ball at ground level, comes out now, goes to Marnie, kicks a kick round the corner, only as far as Grigg on centre wing, drives it back into the hot spot, coming through as Anderton, the big fella uses his weight, but Williams does well, now gets a handball up, but unfortunately for Guinan can't take it cleanly, works hard at ground level, able to get it to McCormack, he now picks the ball up, goes back to McCartney needs to get rid of the ball comes out in the tackle, good umpiring there, lets the play go on, picked up by Smith, kicks now towards centre wing, Harriet tries to tap the ball, does so, gets around, Pickett it is, goes on the right foot and a kick forward.
Good kick.
Finds the Thomson player there in
the little check side.
Riley, is it?
Right.
No, it's not. Right. It's right.
Yep, right. So right, Mark's in front. He's still about 50 metres, or probably outside 50 from goal. So we'll
There's a
need
couple of blokes
two good
calling the
kicks
ball
from
there,
here.
Smithy, but they're 60 metres away. You never get it there in a fit.
So no one's even presenting forward. So I think it'll come to the Crummers here. Ball's going to be kicked in long. That could be the tack. That's where I reckon Belmont should be doing. Ball goes in long, comes to the front of the pack, picked off the ground. Guyon, and I think at ground level does do the good job there. Now they force it through, and the play
At the Harriet on the left foot, kicks it forward. Coley tries to use his body. Good work there. Sees the ball come to Lewins for Belmont. Out wide, Celiaris takes the mark. Just backward of centre wing. As the little chip pass looking for Horriban. Does well. Horriban picks it up as the ball, handball comes back in. Players diving in after the footy. No one able to get it out. There's Maharis. He's there for Thomson. Thrown out by Horriban, blindside of the umpire. McLeod tries a little toe poke. Can't get the ball moving. Now the umpire giving the players every opportunity to get hold of the footy as as Gage and Horriban comes to the back of the pack. Pickett can't pick the footy up as Dowie is in underneath the pack there. Finally comes, the handball came out, but again, it's very, very packy, very, very hard to describe and very hard to see what's happening in there as the umpires give players a chance, but they just can't get it out on this occasion. 13 minutes gone, 6-13 plays 6-4, Thomson in front.
It's tough going here.
Yeah, well, they've got heaps of players around the footy, and that makes it hard to get it out because when you get it out, you've got no one to go to, and it's a bit of a catch-20 against Gagey.
Yep, Gage pushes Williams in the ruck contest, and Williams, I hope he goes long with the ball this time instead of looking for shorter options. Will need to do so to get some score on the board. Goes wide and long. Good-looking kick. Finds McCormick. It is out in centre wing. Goes short this time. Tate, first chance in the last quarter to have a touch and takes the mark. So Tate, right on the 50-metre zone, has a chance to put the Belmont line side deep into attack. He's going to go short, going backwards because Harmony Williams can't take the ball. He's further outside 50. Picks the ball up, has time to steady, looking for running players. Has Pickett. Pickett drives the ball long. In front, Bradley takes the mark. So Bradley for Thomson. Timely mark, 14 minutes tick by. Goes wide, transfers the ball out as only as far there is a player in right again, is it? But it goes back now to Bradley in the goal square, has Gage, but goes wider and outside 50, looking for Harriet. Pickett over the top, puts the ball till 7 goals 7. Inverleigh 9 goals 8, lead Werribee 7 goals 10. Geelong West 7-6, North Geelong 7-10, and East Geelong 4 goals 7 to 2 goals 8. Anarchy.
So as those scores were coming out, the ball hasn't gone more than 20 yards. It stacks on the mill, centre wing on the western side of the oval. As as you can understand, a few tempers becoming a little frayed, although players clear the area pretty quickly. And the ball goes in the air once again. Good tap forward by Horriban. Oh, Celiaris threw the ball out there. It's chipped out again to, in fact, that's McCormick in under there. Ball, Celiaris, he's...
Legged him, I think.
He's been legged. The umpire says no advantage. And...
it's still a couple of good kicks from goal, though, Eric.
I thought the umpires were getting a bit confused there. But the ball will come back now to Celiaris. Man on the mark is right. Celiaris, I'm not wondering whether he can take the kick. Harmy Williams.
He's lurking again.
Well.
Handball.
So a little bit of Celiaris, not too much wrong with him, I don't think. There's a bit of tactical manoeuvre going on here. As Celiaris now required to kick the footy. Maharis does well, the coach. Got in the way there, can't take the mark, however, it's in half back. Handball came out to, that was McLeod up in the defensive area for Thomson now. As Belmont Lions, they tried desperately to get the ball forward. Maharis has followed through, picked up there by Coley to centre half forward for the Thomson side. Gee whiz, players absolutely desperate at the 16-minute mark. At the way things are going, it won't be much more than 20 minutes as coming through strongly. Dowie went without the footy. players from both sides absolutely desperate in this last quarter. What a fantastic contest. Third and fourth on the ladder. You'd expect nothing less, Laurie, would you?
No, it's you summed it beautifully, Eric. These boys are throwing their heart and soul into this game here today, and it's a credit to them.
So umpire throws the ball up, back still on centre wing. No team can get an advantage here. Jerkovic works and picks the ball up, goes backward to Grigg. Grigg now foots forward to Harriet, comes out with another handball to McLeod. Picks the ball up nicely, but then can't find the boot with the foot. And now ball still in the centre in the slush. Ball's kicked off the ground. Marnie favoured. Great one-handed kick up. He's done well in the second half. Picked the ball up, goes forward to Tate. Tate tried to pluck it and get out the back door. Now he's working at ground level. Players dive on him, rights over the top. Players asked to play on. Comes back now with Harriet. Harriet goes round the corner. Only one thing in mind there, and that's what he's done. He's found the boundary. He does so. In ruck, Williams knocks the ball forward, only as far as Highland, who reads it well. Goes forward, finds Mitchell. So Mitchell now, just short of centre wing, goes longer towards half forward. Players coming up, Anderton drives on the ball, can't pick the ball up. Lewins pushed off the ball, he's kicked, and it's gone out of bounds on the full in front of the swimming pool. So
just got him at the right.
Johnny Mitchell.
That was a perfect tackle, Dale, wasn't it?
It was.
Just at the wrong time.
So Johnny Mitchell. Hopefully the umpire will give him a bit of grace here and let him get round that pool of water. At least they won't have to go to the beach tomorrow morning for their cool down. They'll be right. Oh, Mitchell's done the same thing. He's brought it maybe back into play, but it's gone straight back over the boundary line. So now the free kick to go to Lewins from the Belmont Lions side.
I hope everyone out there can swim, because if you fall in that water, you're in trouble.
So Lewins now, time ticking by. Belmont Lions need to get a goal to get themselves any chance. Kicks forward towards Berry in front, right. Diving on the ball is Lanyon. No one coming out now. Umpire says that's my ball.
So 18 and a half minutes gone, final quarter. Won't be a long quarter. As the ball thrown up on centre wing, comes to ground. Dowie, well, he just about did drown. I think he's won the 50-metre sprint as he slides through the water over the boundary line and will be thrown in once again.
Looks like a bidet.
Water absolutely pelting down over the top of us, coming from the canopy as the ball tapped forward for the Belmont side. Harriet picks the footy up. Nice handball to Maharis. Around the body, Nick Maharis. I think that's only found the boundary line as well. It's out on the full as the ball comes now to Patton for Belmont Lions. On centre wing. Oh, kicked into the man on the mark. Gives Thomson the opportunity. Has taken there by Wayne Pickett. He's immediately tackled by Highland. And in front of our broadcast position, 19 and a half minutes gone in the quarter.
I just think Thomson now, Eric, can get players behind the ball now and probably hang on for this.
Although they probably won't realise the amount of time, Laurie, as Nick Maharis does well, the coach. He's thrown himself on the ball here in this last quarter. And he's leading.
And Maharis go at the ruck, but comes down to Highland, kicks the ball forward. Jones trying to push the player off the ball, does so, but Gonan works him under the ball. Now picks it up off the ground, tackles as he tries to kick it. Now he goes off the ground, gets 5 or 10 metres, but coming the other way is Dowie. He gets 20, and it's Thompson's end of the ground. Williams up, taps the ball backwards, goes down. Anderton scoops the ball up, not picked off for that. Highland again, play. Anderton over the back, takes the ball out of the ruck, gets a kick forward, not very far. Only as far as gone. Again, I think it is at ground level. He's dived on. People coming from everywhere. Players now trying to work the ball forward. Still in that same spot. Not coming out. Umpire's got to take control sooner or later. But Anderton does well. Goes back to Maharis. Kicks towards the goal square. Back there is Cashel. Dives. Gets tackled high but allowed to play on. Now it's, can't see, it's a bit too far away and I'm getting blind, but the umpire says play on anyway and the ball's come out again. Still players work hard at ground level, going nowhere, but over the boundary line for
quickly, forward pocket for Thomson. Anderton tried to take the footy. It's a whistle on play.
Someone's got a free kick here.
Berry, I'd say, high tackle on Berry.
So Berry it is. It's almost in the goal square for...
Someone's getting dragged off.
Belmont Lions.
I don't know what he's done, but he's dragged himself across the line.
Who was that?
Cashel.
Cashel, was it?
So the free kick is in the last line of defence for Belmont Lions. Goes wide. Oh, that's a fantastic interception.
Siren, it's not going to matter.
The siren has sounded. It is...
Jones, I think.
Jones got the footy and fantastic interception. He will have an opportunity to change the margin. But Thomson will win the game as Jones now. It's a lovely looking kick. He's missed, unfortunately, to the right-hand side. but it's all over. It is a behind to the Thomson side to Jones, and that will make the final score for Thomson 6 goals 14-50, and they will defeat Belmont Lions 6-4.